JCHS students are seeing continuity throughout the building, and this is an obvious benefit to them, but it is also a benefit to the faculty. It provides an opportunity for us to share ideas and to work more closely together. Writing has traditionally been left to the language arts and maybe the social studies courses, but our standards now require us to include it in all of our curriculum, and that is a real challenge for people like me in the math department. CDC makes it easier for me to get help from my language arts teachers and to help for them to be able to show me how to teach my students because they've given me a tool to use. It helps me be able to have it more meaningful in my class for me to show them how it's applied for just my course. I think this is going to be something that will really become a benefit for us in the years to come as students see it across the board. Having a common vocabulary is a huge benefit for my students. It allows them to focus on the writing and the problem that they're working on rather than the process. I find that my students have a particularly difficult time structuring a logical argument, and that's a big part of the FRQs, or the free response questions on the AP Calculus exam. The CDC helps give them a way to organize their thoughts so their argument flows better. The first time they write an argument or an answer to a free response question in my class, the argument feels all over the place and it's difficult for me to even read and understand their thoughts. But after a little practice and working with the CDC, they're able to write something that's succinct and fully argues the point that they need. Often math teachers really struggle with adding writing in our curriculum, and yet it's really important. And I think part of the problem that I've personally had in the past is I try to include writing with just any math problem, and that really doesn't work. Writing should be done where it makes sense to do it, not just with every problem to say that I've included writing today. So I've learned to be really selective with my problem choice, and one of the things that I do is make sure I'm including some problems with real world applications. These problems will almost always have a writing component to them. Writing in math is really technical writing, and it really looks different than in the liberal arts courses. I find my students tend to struggle a little bit with that, and they need a lot of support in the beginning. I will often provide almost a script of sorts in the beginning just to help them to become more comfortable, and gradually I lift those supports and they become quite good at structuring a logical argument. In my calculus class last year, we worked really hard on reading and writing for the FRQ portion of our test, and it showed in their results. I was so proud of my students at the end of the semester.